Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. It's a little chilly today. We both got sweatshirts on. So today we're going to talk about life getting in the way of goals. We both had some weird things happen to us lately, and we both have felt a little like maybe it's gotten in the way a little bit, right? I don't know. So we're going to talk about that today.
It's impeded the process.
Yes.
And people don't know what impede them. It slowed the process of, for strong minded people like myself and Samantha and probably most of you guys out there, you know, you say enough's enough, you set a goal for yourself, you put yourself into that position to be successful with your goal, and maybe something stupid happens that kind of makes you step back a little bit. Doesn't mean you have to give up on your goal. It just means you're not going to get there as fast as you want, which may be a day or two, maybe be a week. Basically,
super annoying.
We just want to touch on today is
things you
just
can do.
because you stop for a day or two or do something alternate to what your original plan was doesn't mean I'm throwing the whole fucking thing out the window. I got to start all over again. Well, I might as well eat like shit and then start again Monday, and that whole mentality.
Right.
So we'll touch on that a little bit today.
Yeah. So for me personally, I've been pretty vocal about my hemorrhoid problems that I've had ever since we've had our son, which was 15 and a half years ago. And I've had a little flare up the last few days, which was brought on by myself. So that was poor choices that I had made over the weekend led to the state that I'm in right now. And so I feel like I'm getting better. I said I'm pretty sure tomorrow I'll be all good, but the last few days I haven't really worked out. I did my class last night. My ladies could tell you I definitely was not doing it like I normally would for them. Like I wasn't doing a lot of the moves because I didn't want to hurt myself more and take this 3-day recovery and push it to 2 weeks. So when you have weird stuff happen, or like he broke his wrist from roller skating. Although, wait, what was the story? It was from a gang fight. I forgot what you wanted to really tell people. It was a super manly reason why he broke his wrist. It wasn't because he was roller skating. We'll throw that out there. But, you know, like he's been dealing with that now it's been well over a month. True, only tough guys roller skate, for sure. So it was actually pretty sweet though, like how he fell in like a plank, but then like plyo push-upped back up and landed on his feet. So it looked super cool from the outside, like he totally meant to do it. But he had like wrist problems for a while after that, and then he finally did an x-ray and found out that it was broken. So good times. But that hasn't, like my butt's problems this week, I've had to take it easy. I haven't worked out, but I'm still eating clean because again, I made some poor choices over the weekend. Saturday, he wanted to treat me to lunch, and then I had a dinner that I was not planning on going to, and then I went, and then I ate bad food. So it was like, my poor choices led me to where I am today. So, good times. But ever since then, I'm still eating clean because that's what I can control. So you want to like try to take care of the things you can control. So if you have something going on with yourself, first ask yourself, are you giving yourself a way out? Because there's a lot of things I don't feel, I'm tired, whatever. Like those aren't reasons to not do something, right? Like my hemorrhoid problems, I know if I push too hard, it's going to set me back weeks because I've been laid up in bed for weeks at a time because of it. He can attest to that. So, and he's actually the one that was yelling at me like, you should probably take it easy these next couple of days, even though I really don't want to because we're so close to our trip, but it's all good. So control the things you can control. You can control what it is that you're putting in your mouth. You can't control your recovery time or your recovery process. And, you know, for me, because I've been dealing with this for so long, I know when I'm pushing myself too far. And I know how to help combat it to make these go away faster. So, do you want to talk about your stuff?
Not sure how to talk about it. I guess in my situation, because I am headstrong, you know, when I woke up the next day, I couldn't move my wrist. It was stiff, and I don't know. I don't recommend it, but I just worked through things. I put a wrap on it, and I kind of treated it like it's not there. I have a mindset kind of out of sight, out of mind. I mean, sure, it's painful and stuff, so I kind of did things that I probably shouldn't do and probably made my healing process prolonged because of that, and I'm sure of that because
dealing with it now.
Still dealing with it, but I guess the moral of the story is, rather than my injury or not, is instead of when...
Yes, Rachel, or working out through a fractured knee. Exactly.
Right, exactly, yeah. But there's a time, you know, depending on an injury or what you're dealing with, whether you deal with something that you know the signs and symptoms before, or you deal with something that, like my wrist,
is a new thing, like something you've never experienced before.
You have to listen to your body first off, I guess. But don't confuse what an ache and pain is from your body adapting to what you're doing to, I need to stop because I'm injured. I mean, you got to find that line, and you don't want to push it, so you want to pace yourself. But also, I guess most importantly is, like I was saying before, I never had a thought in my mind with my wrist. I knew my wrist was jacked up, but I never thought, like, I'm going to be out of commission for a while. I thought about, what else can I do not using my wrist? What can I do to not use my wrist but still get my workout in and try to whatever? So for a while I didn't go down to
planks.
Planks. And then I realized after a few days that instead of going on my flat hands, that if I put a brace on and just stayed on my fists, it kept my in line and it was tolerable. So there's things that you could adapt. But I guess most importantly, if you do have an injury and you do see a doctor, you definitely have to listen to what they tell you to do for your road to recovery. I didn't see a doctor. I probably should have, but I probably wouldn't have listened anyways. And I know that, so I didn't waste anybody's time or money on that.
And with the type of fracture you had, they don't really do anything for it anyway, so that's different.
So
but
you just want to... When an obstacle, with anything in life, with an obstacle there, it's, how do I overcome this obstacle? Not, well, I'm fucked, I've thrown everything to the curb, might as well hang it up, I'm never going to get to where I want to. Stay positive, find a positive way, an alternative way to what you were doing. Because we all know in life, it don't matter who you are, you could have this set in stone, you wrote everything down, this is how I'm going to do it this way on that day, and then all of a sudden, there's a roadblock and you're like, fuck it, notebook's going in the garbage. Give me my sweatpants and my ice cream, and I'm going to sit on the couch because Netflix needs me right now.
That sounds fantastic.
And it does sound fantastic, but you got to figure out, you got to learn yourself. You got to believe in yourself, and you got to punch yourself in the face and be like, look, we're going to do this. It doesn't matter. A little pain, a little ache isn't going to get in my way. But like with Samantha, if she keeps going with it, it's going to get worse. She knows that.
It'll put me out of commission for weeks. And I don't want to be flying in an airplane to another country with asshole pain. So, right. Taking it easy.
So I tell her about it, her pain in her ass, because then it becomes a pain in my ass.
It does.
And then
literally.
It's just, continual cycle.
It's been so bad in the past where you've had to help me. Like, literally step into the bathtub. It's so embarrassing for me, but it is what it is. Gotta love childbirth.
But I guess that's good for the both of us, because we learn each other and know things that I have recurring injuries. I don't know if they're injuries, problems. I have a foot that starts on fire sometimes, and at least that's what it feels like. And I need her to tell me sometimes to just back off, take a day off, whatever. And
he doesn't listen to me, but I tell him.
But it settles things down. just remember that you do have a goal and you do have that fire inside of you that you want to get to that point. But like I said, taking one day off, when I injured my bicep, I could have partially tore my tendon, which could have turned into a complete tear. So I had somebody at work say, look, asshole, literal words, if you tear that, you're going to be out of commission for at least 9 months. You're going to have surgery. And then after 9 months of your tendon attaching to the bone again, after they have to sew it, then you're going to have to go through months of physical therapy to regain strength.
And maybe it will be where it was before.
And maybe you'll get back
Probably
there,
not.
and maybe you'll probably have deficit your whole life.
Yeah.
I'm strong-minded and strong-headed when it comes to things like that, but sometimes you got to look at the upside, like, okay, I'm going to give myself a little bit of rest, and then I'm going to come back stronger than before. Not, like I said, a lot of people, including myself in the past, is like, well, I can't work out, so I can't stay on track with everything else. And then you create that vicious cycle for yourself. So.
Right, we're no different. We've definitely done it too. Like,
No.
especially for me, whenever I have these problems, I've been laid up in bed, and then it's like I don't want to get up and make food, and I don't want to do certain things, and so I'll do the cop-outs, and it doesn't help my situation any because I'm not eating right. So, you know, it's like this vicious cycle, and then it prolongs the inevitable too. So that's why I said earlier, like, you have to try to gain control of the things you can control. So if something happens and you're completely out of control in that situation, taking a couple of rest days, but I can control what I put in my mouth, and so that is what I'm doing. I'm focusing on making sure that I'm eating right so I don't fall off the deep end again, because I definitely have felt myself these last couple of weekends like slipping back into old habits, but I recognize that now. I'm not doing it blindly, so it's one of those, you know, catch-22s for me, but that's what put me in the situation I am in right now. And so it's like, okay, that's it. No more of that nonsense. It's back to the grind and, you know, focusing on that goal, because my goal was, yes, I want to wear a bikini when we go on our vacation in 2 weeks, but that's not like the end all for me. Like, I want to maintain this lifestyle after that, and I still have a lot of work to do after that. That was just like my initial, like, holy shit, I'm gonna wear a 2-piece bathing suit kind of a thing. Like, that's not the end goal. I don't know if I'll ever have an end goal, really.
No,
because I feel like we're always works in progress. But
and you want to set them goals as a set. Like, we have, you know, maybe somebody has like 100 pounds to lose, 200 pounds, whatever it is. You don't want to be like, oh, I have to lose 200 pounds. That just becomes monotonous. And then when you only lose 5 pounds, you're like, oh shit, I only lost 5 pounds.
I still have 95 to go.
But like 5 pounds is a freaking amazing. That's a great start. And that's going to get you there. So set it as, I'm going to lose 10 pounds. Like, we have our goal in mind for our trip to Punta Cana, or Cana, however you want to say it. I've been corrected both ways I've said it, right? So whatever.
I don't know how to say it either.
That's our goal. See, now for myself, I had a couple setbacks, you know, self-inflicted setbacks. Just let me add that. I'm not playing crybaby bullshit there. But if I don't get there to where I want to be, by the time I get there, I'm still further ahead than I was when I set my goal. And I will then use how I felt about myself, feeling like I didn't achieve my goal, as fuel when I get back to stay on track. So instead of saying, shit, I didn't do it,
oh, forget it, I'm just gonna...
whatever, use it as fuel. Be like, I put myself in a situation, I didn't reach my goal 100%, but I'm still farther than I was before, and now I have more fire than before because I let myself down, and I'm not gonna do it again. That's what I'm gonna do, but I'm not gonna do it because, you know, but that's my mindset on it. I'm not going to beat up myself. That was part of letting myself go and freeing myself from myself, was being able to not forgive myself, but to let myself be fucking human in my life.
Yes.
You know what? You're going to live another day. You're going to do another workout. You're going to eat another meal. I'm not going to beat myself up about every little thing that I do. Am I going to look the way I want to? No, probably not. Am I ever going to look that way? Who knows? Is that what it's really about? I don't think so. But it's about staying on track and being positive with yourself and not getting mad at yourself because you didn't hit something. Remember where you were to that point to now, and go from there. Like an injury, like she has this going on.
Recurrent. It's not like just one
Instead
day.
of looking at as, oh, I'm out of commission, look at it, all right, I've been working my ass off. It takes 48 to 72 hours for your muscles to completely, heal and rest
That was
themselves.
probably a good break for me.
I'm going to give myself that break, and the things, shit you're going to be amazed by it. You'll be like, oh, I can't do these in the workout. Give yourself a complete couple days to rest and let your body heal and recover. You'll go back, you'll be stronger than ever going into your workouts, adding more reps, more weight, more push-ups, burpees, whatever it is that you're doing. You're going to shock the shit out of yourself by releasing yourself and giving your body that rest. You'll come back even stronger. So even though you're stepping down or stepping back a bit because you had an injury that was hurting you, that's going to recover for itself, and you'll come back even stronger. So it has an upside. And I know for myself, it's not I'm worried about what my body's going to do, or whether I'm going to recover or not. It's whether this thing's going to allow me up here to actually give myself the time. I've learned to do that a little bit.
We might be a little addicted to exercise. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you baby step it, but it's worth it. It's worth it because, like with what I was talking about with my bicep, it could have put me out probably a year and a half easy. Full recovery, maybe to get back, to where I was.
And you didn't take the whole time off. You took 30 days and you just did something different than what you were doing. Mm-hmm. So it's all about, again, controlling what you can control. If one thing is bothering you, then try to do something different.
It's finding balance. And I'll tell you what, in them 30 days that I tried something different, I didn't lift weights and I didn't do this. I was doing other things. Beforehand, I couldn't touch my toes. I could hardly touch halfway down my shin. I was so inflexible. I started doing other things, became more flexible, touched my toes. Now when I do certain exercises, I'm way stronger. I'm not
way more flexible.
And I'm not hurting myself because of all that tension that was locked up in my muscles. I used to kind of pull throw my lower back out doing certain things because I was too damn tight. So there's always an upside to a roadblock.
Yeah, and we shouldn't look at them as roadblocks. It's just a little deviation in your path.
Hey, everything's put there for a reason.
Yes.
Everything's put there for a reason. No matter how strong you think you are, there's always going to be something there to test your strength, and you're going to say, fuck you. Jump over it. Don't trip. Jump over it. Get to the next one.
And you're hearing that from two people who have had, and this isn't in our physical stuff. We've had so much shit happen to us in our lives. It's like every time you think we're like things are going good, it's like bam, knock you down a few pegs. You're getting back up there, it's like bam, knock you down a few pegs again. It's been our whole entire lives like that. And if we can get back up continuously after all of the crazy fucked up shit that has happened to us, I promise you, you can too. Whether it's in your physical transformation or your personal or your business life, like whatever it is, I promise you, you can get back up and you'll actually be way stronger in the end because of it. So, anything else?
Yeah. No, I'll end it here, but just remember that, like, no matter if you step in dog shit, be like, well, the dog